Hello teacher, my name is Trần Khánh Cường. The student ID is 1713104 and today I'm gonna make a video about the final test of the subject pragmatics. So in the final test, there are 4 questions totally in 2 situations. So let's move on to the first one. The first question is, what is a complaint? What are some situations in which you might complain to someone? Well, a complaint is a speech out of expressives that indicates the speaker's expressions or evaluations on someone's performance. And these evaluations tend to be critical. And there are some situations in which we can make a complaint. For example, when you experience a bad service provided by a restaurant, a hotel, or etc., you will make complaints about that one in order to express your dissatisfaction for their performance. Or when you assign somebody a task or you tell somebody to do something for you and the task undertaker does it wrong or does not follow what you say. So then you might also make a complaint about them, right? And there are many circumstances, many situations that we can make a complaint, and people can do it whenever they want to give critical comments on someone. Yeah. And let's move on to the second question. What do people say to express a complaint in your first language? How is it different from what they say to express a complaint in English? Okay. So what people say to complain to someone, I think depends on each person, but they definitely give evaluations, even extremely critical evaluations to others. On one hand, someone will criticize straightforwardly, even they will scold at the mistake maker. On the other hand, someone will give feedbacks more politely, and which is encouraging to make a complaint. To be clear, I will give you an example. When I am provided with a bad meal in a restaurant, okay, I would act in 2 totally distant manners. For the first manner, I would say, phục vụ đâu, xem cái mà các người đã phục vụ cho tôi này. Dĩa rau mấy nghìn đô mà lại có cọng tóc trong đấy à? Cậu có biết tôi đã bỏ biết bao nhiêu tiền để ăn ở nhà hàng này không? Chắc cũng bằng mấy tháng lương cậu gộp lại đấy. Một nhà hàng sang trọng thế này mà chất lượng phục vụ kém thế sao? Gọi đi cho tôi. And this manner, you can see, this manner is really critical, and I do not encourage you to do so, right? To behave in this case. For the second manner, I would say more politely, such as, anh phục vụ ơi, tôi nhìn thấy có một cọng tóc trong dĩa rau tôi này, thì anh giải quyết giúp tôi nhé. Anh có thể làm dĩa rau khác cho tôi cũng được. Sau đó tôi muốn nói chuyện với quản lý nhà hàng của anh một tí được không? Anh yên tâm, tôi sẽ không làm lớn chuyện này đâu. Cảm ơn anh. Okay, and you can see there's a difference in the manners, in the manner that I use to make a complaint in 2 cases. For me, I do think that there is no obvious difference between expressing a complaint in Vietnamese and English. The major difference is laid on which manner each person opts for to complain. Okay. The third question is it common to complain about bad service in your country? Is it common to complain to a parent, a boss, a teacher? Why not? Well, I think it's quite common to complain about the bad service in my country, in Vietnam, yeah. So when somebody experiences bad service provision, that person will express their complaints to the service provider in order that the provider will make it better next time or enhance that service quality, right? And in terms of the second part of the question, I suppose that it is uncommon to express complaints to a parent, a boss, or a teacher, because we show our deep respect for them. For a parent or a teacher, they are the ones who teach us, who raise us, right? So whenever they do something wrong, we do not make complaints, but we only tell them about the mistake that they have just made. And in terms of a boss, employees tend to follow strictly what is said by a boss, and they do not dare or they hesitate to make any complaints about the boss, right? So the first question is, would you complain differently to a friend, a server, and a teacher? Why not? Okay. So for me, I will make complaints to a friend, a server, or a teacher in of course, a different manners. So the reason for that would have something to do with with their relationship, or their relationship with me, or how important, how close they are to me. For example, when I complain to a friend, my behaviors also very depending on how close we are, how significant that friend um, is for me, you know. And if that friend is my close friend, my wording is not really critical. I basically point out his or her mistake, but I would criticize a friend who has no close relationship with me in a more straightforward way. And the same situation also applies to the case that I make complaints to a server, because I want to give them the feedbacks to enhance their service quality, you know. However, because the teacher has authority and influence on me, you know, and especially I express my respect for them. Therefore, I will not make any complaints about them, right? I just politely tell them about their mistakes instead, actually. And let's move on to second situations. Okay, in the first situation, your classmate always comes late to group meetings and is not helping at all with your group's presentation. Complain to that classmate. In my first language, okay, I would say, mày ơi, tao có chuyện này nói với mày nè. Mày có biết lúc nào mày cũng đi trễ đến mấy buổi họp nhóm, và mày cũng không có phụ giúp được gì cho mọi người trong cái bài thuyết trình này hay không? Thật sự là tao khá thất vọng về mày, và tao hy vọng mày sẽ rút kinh nghiệm cho lần sau. But in English, I would say, hey, I have something to talk to you. Do you know that you are always late in groups meetings? And you do not do anything to help our group's presentation. I feel so disappointed in you, and I hope that you will learn from experience next time. In the second situation, you know, your supervisor has been giving you a lot of extra work in group projects, but some of your group members are not involved in those group work and complain to your supervisor. In Vietnamese, I would say, em chào anh ạ. Gần đây anh phân công cho nhóm chúng em khá là nhiều công việc cũng như là dự án mới thì tụi em vẫn đang cố gắng hoàn thành, nhưng có một vài bạn trong nhóm có thái độ chểnh mảng và không muốn hợp tác trong công việc Điều này làm cho tiến độ công việc chậm hẳn đi. Em nói thì các bạn lại không chịu hiểu, cho nên em mong anh có thể giúp em nói với các bạn In English, I would say, hello sir. You have been assigning our group a lot of work and new projects recently. We have been trying up to now. However, some members do not care and cooperate with each other to undertake these jobs. This truly slows down the work progress, you know. And I did talk to those members, but they didn't understand. So I hope that you can help me talk to them about this one. Okay. And you know, I realized that there is no difference in making complaints in Vietnamese and English. It is obvious that the English version conveys all meanings required by the Vietnamese version. And from my own perspectives, it would be maybe easier for me to complain in English, because Vietnamese is my mother tongue. I feel more emotions when I make a complaint. This means that I get more hesitated to complain. In contrast, you know, I express a complaint in English in an easier way. This is the end of my final test, and thank you so much for listening. Thank you.